What's going on, everybody? We are back. We are back live and in color here. Second time this week making a video, but today it's all about Krill the Thrill Kaprizov. So, as we had new content come out for the next gen event, it's usually one of the more popular events here in the NHL community. But finally, I'm happy because I'm a Minnesota Wild fan. I finally got my Krill the Thrill Kaprizov card at least eligible to make. We're going to go right into it here, how to make some of these cards because they're a little bit different. But first, we're going to highlight them. This next gen event's usually one of the more fan favorite popular ones because there's a chance that one of them can maybe become a 99 if they are a Calder winner. We're going to see these 86 overall MSPs first, starting off with Logan Stankoven. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but we're giving it a shot. 5'8", buck 71 here. 88 XL, 89 speed, 93 agility to keep in mind, and right at 90 for the shot. Plus gold unstoppable force. His hands are right in the upper 80s, low 90s. His defensive stats are a little lackluster, but keep in mind he is 5'8". And then we got Askarov. We got the goalie for the Sharks at 6'3", buck 78. I do like the fact that he does have 86 speed on there. Will Smith, 6 foot, buck 81 centerman. 79 faceoffs is kind of lackluster there, but 88 XL, 88 speed. His shots in the 90s, so not too bad, especially for a centerman having 93 power. Then we go to Michkov, 87 XL, 88 speed, 93 agility, which is pretty nice. Once again, at playmaking forward, he has gold, a puck on a string. The thing I do like to highlight is he has 97 offensive awareness with that synergy active, so his hands are disgusting for a winger. Then we got 5'9", a buck 58, Lane Hudson, offensive defenseman, 89 XL, 89 speed, 93 agility, but 83 endurance as a defenseman, and at 5'9", buck 58. It just sucks. But he does play very smooth, and he has gold elite edges, which I do like. Then we get to the big boy, Krill the Thrill Kaprizov, 5'10", 202. Now, from the rest of these, all these are 86s. You're going to note that Krill is an 87 overall. He has 2 synergies. He has sniper forward plus deking forward. So with those active, you were looking at 89 XL, 90 speed, 92 agility, plus slap shot accuracy and everything. It's either going to be in the upper 80s or low to mid 90s. His hands are off the charts, especially if you get that deking boost active. Defensive stats, not as bad as what I thought they were going to be, but honestly, for me, this is the card I've been kind of waiting on this entire time. Was an MSP from my beloved Wild. Now, it's done a little bit differently than what we've had in the past. What we've had in the past is making tokens, then using those tokens to upgrade. They've gone to more of a, I don't know if you'd say traditional, but how we saw MSPs being made last year. So let's hop into this next gen. So to make one of the MSPs that is not Krill the Thrill Kaprizov, let's just hop in here. It takes 383 overalls and then 283 just in general overall. So the 383s that are next gen, and then 283 overalls. If you do want to make Krill the Thrill Kaprizov, you're looking at 383s. Or sorry, that's not him. It is going to be 2 of the 86s. So you got to be careful on this because, like, you're kind of gambling like, hey, I want the here and now of Krill Kaprizov versus being able to invest and hope that you get a Calder winner. The hard part on week 1 is there's not anybody there that's a really good build for here and now. Like, I'd argue maybe Michkov would be pretty good. I faced off against a couple Lane Hudsons, but 5'8", I bet one hit and he's knocked off the puck very easily, and he only has like 83 endurance. Krill Kaprizov's card is disgusting. Made him myself. We'll highlight that here soon. But how you make them, so if you need to make one of these 81 overalls, you need to have 3 79s to make an 81. Then from there, you can trade those 81s in to make one of the 83s necessary. Once you get those 83s, that's when you can start plugging them in because you're going to need 3 of those next gen 83s plus 2 83s in general to make. Now, I do want to highlight a couple things while we go into this because if you have any 79s that are tradable, I would 100% be selling today. You need to sell. If you look, at least the market as of an hour ago, to get a 79 overall or anything else, they were going for about 12,000. We'll see if they came down a little bit here. Give me 1 second. Doesn't matter there. Let's go down to the buy now. Let's bump that max up to 11,000. So 11K. All right. So between a 78 and a 96, but we are looking for 79s. There's 7 items right now. 179 out of there. The rest of these are going for about 11,000 a piece. So if I even narrowed it down to just the 79 overalls, like, let's see where the bidding starts. That one's already sold. I was having to buy them for about 12K. 8. So if you have any 79s, please sell them right now. You're going to get an unreal investment. And then if I were you, if you're searching to make some of these cards, open up and you'll see you can buy 80s to replace for those 79 overalls if you need to make them. So if you do have 79s, I would highly recommend selling, because you'll be able to buy 80s, 81s, or 82s for a lower price than a 79 right there. So make sure you do so. You're going to get an overvalue from what they traditionally are. And then, then it kind of comes down to, hey, is 286s worth the 187? I do want to highlight a couple things here. In objectives, if you go to your next gen, I've already completed mine, but for the next gen, you will get 183 overall next gen in objectives. You'll get 181 overall in objectives. If you do wild card and you look at wild card this week, you will get 184 overall next gen plus 181 overall next gen. Those are your top 2 in wild card. Then if you go over to moments, you can get yet again another 81 and 83. I would highly recommend doing your wild card and your moments before doing anything else, because once the objectives hit, you need to play like 35 games with next gen players. It's very difficult to do. You'll probably breeze through these, but getting this Michkov one, it's a difficult one. I will say it on the front end. It took me a few tries. Hopefully you guys got it figured out a little bit quicker than me. But how does that play into the grand scheme of things? You're talking 381 overalls, and this is where I really want to go back into the sets for you guys. I only spent 55K to make Kaprizov. Everything else I had. If you go into your next gen event, what do we need to make one of these MSPs that are an 86? 383 overalls. I'm getting that just from completing my objectives, my wild card, and my moments. And I had 283 overalls that were untradeable that are no longer on my team. Like Joe Sakic is no longer on my team starting. So I threw Joe Sakic in there, and I had like an extra untradeable, I think it was like Victor Hedman or something that I pulled. Threw that in there, bam. Just like that, I have 186 that I've spent no money on. Like, I'm just literally digging from what I had in there. Then that's not the only thing you get, because then when you look at it again, you can go in and you can realize for making this 83 overall set, it requires 381s, which from the moments I got 381s. So I just fill those 381s in there, and just like that, I have a jump start on my second MSP. If I go into here, I had 2 more 83s lying around. I only needed to make 2 83s to get my Krill the Thrill Kaprizov card. So in reality, everybody's like, you're wasting so much time, you're doing this. They're giving us the cards. They literally are. You just got to be smart and diligent. Don't bottleneck yourself into buying 79s. Widen your search from 79 up to like an 85, and you're going to find out that you're going to get 80s, 81s, and 82s cheaper than a 79. If you do have any 79s, set them for 12,000, and I bet they'll sell today. And then when you need to buy it for the 83s, you need to make 2 of them. So you're looking at 6 cards you need to buy at an average of 12. 6 times 12, 72K. You should be able to make, if you complete your objectives, wildcard and moments, for 72,000, you can build Krill the Thrill Kaprizov. Like, that's not having, now if you have to buy 83s, I understand. I'm just telling you, I had the 83s left over from people that just aren't on my squad anymore, and they're finally relevant to go into one of these packs. If not, guess what? You can make 2 of these MSPs and you're not spending anything. Or you can hold on to them and save them for next week, because guess what? We're going to get a whole nother line of next-gen cards, including Macklin Celebrini. So be smart about your stuff. Be tactful. But if anybody says, hey, it costs way too much to make this, no, that's a bold-faced lie, guys. Make sure to tune in if you want special hints. Yes, I know I might be producing these videos a couple days after, but it gives me a couple days to actually try this stuff out and find out what's the best way of making these. Other than that, once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday fun day. And we'll see you back here probably around Wednesday after we get upgrades on Tuesday and Wednesday. Sandheim going to be a 92. Kind of scary, guys, but we'll see you back here. If you like what you've seen, subscribe down below. Click that little button. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all.